What up, beautiful people? We're back. I've never said that before. Forever and then some. Almost fumbled a little bit. Forever
were
and
you
then
falling, or
some.
were you out to sneeze?
Forever and then some. You can't see me if you're audio, but you saw it on YouTube. Episode 13. We're back, guys. We filmed this podcast twice this week because we did the one late, and this one we're on time. It's Saturday night. We're filming. It's late. We're crazy.
Out of it.
I told my wife that I joined my band again.
Yes.
We had that conversation. I'm a crazy person. I just love making music, guys. So yes, I'm going to be in a band and I'm going to put solo music out. I don't know how I'm ever going to find time to do both, but I won't beat myself up about it. I promise. I love you.
It's also going to learn how to play piano, guitar, drums.
I'm also finding time to play Doom that I got last year for Christmas.
And he's going to learn how to knit.
I'm going to knit. I'm going to learn how to play guitar better. I'm going to learn how to play drums.
I'm going to make a guitar sleeve.
I also have been talking to Jesse. I haven't told you this, but I've been talking to Jesse about doing a different podcast. I'm crazy, Brian. Whoa, what's he going to do this week? All right, guys. It's been a week. It hasn't been. It's been 4 days since we recorded, but no, I don't know. Hey, I hope everybody is having a Monday, the beginning of a week. I know that by this time on Monday, I'll be stoked because we have one work week till we go on vacation, and I need it so
I can say
badly.
by this time next week, we'll be in Boone.
No, we won't.
It's Saturday. Yes, we will. It's Saturday night. It will be there.
Oh, no. So, I mean, by the time this is out.
But I said by
this time we'll be just getting there.
Okay, Mariah.
We'll be just getting there and I'll be like, get me out of this car. But, but what I meant to say is
when
you guys are listening to this, if you're listening to this right now in your ears on Monday, fresh episode in your ears, we'll be days away from a vacation that is very needed.
Yeah, I'm already on vacation. Work bare minimum.
Me too. So it's the holidays. We talked a little bit about it last time. We're full and we're thrusted in the holiday season.
Yeah.
But this week at work, I have to like hang lights and garland and put Christmas trees together.
I would enjoy doing that for work. I know why you're stressed out about it. You got to get up on a big old ladder.
I'm not that stressed out about it. I'm just not looking forward to it because I know it's stuff that I'm putting on my regular day of work, which is whatever. It's nothing to stress about. I'm not stressed. You're stressed. Who's stressed? Nobody's stressed. I'm drinking tea.
Stress. Think I'm pressed. Something like that, I think.
Stress, pressed, best, pressed, and the I don't know what you're talking about.
It's a song on TikTok. I don't know what it is.
But yeah, Christmas lights. I got to hang those this week. We are
I would like to get our Christmas lights outside hung too.
Yeah. We want to do that this week. I got to mow the lawn too. Imagine that.
Well, you can do it the weekend. That Monday we come back.
Okay. We're getting. I mean, slowly but surely, we're getting the house in Christmas order. We've been in Christmas spirits last night.
Yes.
We put us on a Christmas movie. I don't know why this diabolical fingers. Because
people some think it's diabolical to put the Christmas out.
They must be psychos for doing Christmas that early.
We are
a little bit. We watched a Christmas movie. We ate Christmas cookies. We drank hot chocolate. But more important than all of those, dude. What's the brand?
Bluebell.
Bluebell. Count your days, brother. That doesn't make any sense.
Because he loved it.
Give yourself a handshake. Somebody pat somebody's back because Bluebell put out a Christmas cookie ice cream. And boy, I ate a bowl of it right before we came up here. I'm nice and full. It was so good. It is the best. It's got like smushed gingerbread cookies in it. It's just...
it is really good. And I'm not an ice cream person.
Yeah, like, usually not. Especially if it's like a special mix of something, you're usually like get hyped by what it says and then you're like not hyped.
Or I'll take like a couple bites out of it and I really like the first 2-3 bites of it. I'm like, yeah, no, this ain't for me. I get out of it really quick.
I love it.
It was really good. Yeah.
Yeah, so we watched... What did we watch?
The Chronicles of Christmas.
I watched the first 40 minutes of it.
I think there's a second one.
Probably. I watched the first 40 minutes of it, and then I got the most luxurious nap in because I was so full of all the things. I indulged on the cookies. I indulged on the everything, dude.
I watched I watched the whole movie, but Everly was like
a psycho the entire time.
As of course as a child shall be during a movie. But Mariah was like, "We have to watch it." I'm like, "I'm watching it. I'm watching it."
We're trying.
There's a toddler over there doing backflips off of a wall. I have to watch her.
Literally a nutcase, dude.
I've never seen, because Mariah was like, she wasn't a bad baby like that first year. She didn't sleep great. I will say that. She woke up like every hour on the hour. So she was like a year and a half old for a bottle. It felt like. I'm sure it got like not as bad as she got older, but she woke up all the time in the middle of the night. So that was like the down part of, I guess, her, not down part, but her being like not like a fantastic sleeper. And she was like a pretty chill toddler. She wasn't really into stuff.
Everly's the opposite.
Everly's opposite. Everly like was sleeping through the night after like a month, I want to say.
Yep.
She did really, really good. Like I would have to wake her up to like feed her. Like or else she's like through the night.
Yeah.
But she's crazy.
Yeah, she's kicking. And
she likes to like jump off things. She likes to like just to climb. She likes to tear everything apart. Like playing with her toys is to have somebody put them up for her to be like Godzilla.
She does this thing. I don't know if I explained this on the podcast. I think it was just in regular talk. I just realized that the angle, we did not fix it, and it's to whatever.
It is. I thought you did fix it.
I did, and then I changed the battery back. It's whatever, guys.
Yeah.
It looks great.
Uh-huh.
You look awesome. I look awesome. I don't know if I explained this on here. I think it was to my mom on the phone, but she does this thing at night where she'll grab one of her teddies. It's like a lion. Yeah. And she climbs onto her bed and throws the teddy like this, and it goes spinning and it goes onto the floor, and then she follows it. As soon as it hits the floor, she jumps off the bed onto the floor and crashes to the floor near it. Like it's giving wrestling vibes. It's giving sure. WWE for babies. WWB.
Yeah.
World Wrestling Babies.
She
I think that's what it stands for. But yeah, crazy baby.
Worldwide
alert.
Wrestlers.
I don't know. I'm
WWE,
not going to get it wrong.
Worldwide.
Worldwide WWE Wrestling with Enemies. It's something very simple. I'm just kidding. That's not what I think it is. I just don't know wrestling that well. I wasn't that guy.
I wasn't either, but I'm pretty sure it's worldwide. Because they play it everywhere.
Worldwide Wrestling. They changed it from
WWE. I'm dumb.
It's WWF. You're thinking World Wide Web, bro. Jeez. Jesus.
I was like, WWE.
WWF and WWE.
They do have a WWE.
WWF used to be what it was, and now it's WWE.
Oh, okay.
I believe. I never followed. I wasn't the kid. I had friends.
Worldwide Entertainment?
World Wrestling Entertainment or something.
Where? I don't know.
Let's see.
I don't think wrestling's in there.
Why wouldn't it be? It's a wrestle. It's the WWE.
Why does it have to explain itself if it's already there? People don't call it, their
World Wrestling Entertainment.
Oh, man. Well, I knew it was worldwide. I just put the extra, I guess, the wide in there. They're both right.
Oh, they changed WWF because it's the World Wildlife Fund. I think. It used to be WWF.
I don't know. Anyway, she's an awesome wrestler.
Yeah, she is. She's going to be the next Stone Cold Steve Austin.
I can't even remember. I don't even know.
And the beer.
And the beer.
And the cussing.
Yeah.
Bad. Don't do that. But yeah, Christmas spirits. We've been banging out Christmas stuff, but also what we banged out this week. Weird. It was our anniversary. We talked about it last week. We talked about it last episode because it was about to happen.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to talk about it on this episode because it's past. We did nothing.
We did nothing.
We did absolutely nothing because we have a vacation coming up, and every dollar needs to go toward this vacation. Mm-hmm. So maybe while we're on the vacation, we'll convince somebody to watch our children, and we'll go scurry off somewhere and be like, we never celebrated our anniversary, and we want to do it in the snow in the mountains.
Yeah. I don't know, because Brittany's got that concert that she's trying to go to, and then there's dinners and stuff. So there's dinners and stuff.
Everybody got to eat. We'll figure it out.
But I don't know.
We could celebrate next month. or something. Maybe we'll pretend.
Next month's Christmas.
Darn it.
I don't know. I feel like we didn't like celebrate. We spent time together. I mean, I know we spend time together all the time, but
We did exactly what we do any other night. We just hung out. We were a little bit extra lovey to each other. Like, snuggle me.
you're so cute.
You're so cute. I love you so much. We're all pretty much like that all the time, though. So, hey. But yeah, since it's our anniversary week and we didn't really celebrate, I thought we would just bask in the memories of our wedding. I think first episode or the first season, like halfway through, I think we broke down our wedding.
Yeah.
But we've been now 3 years removed from our wedding. And I want to I don't know, just kind of like wanted to talk about it and relive it. Do you remember like the whole entire day? Do you remember waking up that morning?
Yeah, I do.
You were here.
I was here, yeah.
Comfortable in your own home. I was at my dad's house.
Yeah, I do. I remember waking up. I think I was the first person up. Of course, I was probably the first person up because I probably barely slept that night. And I remember like kind of like getting everything together that I need to get together and waiting on your mom to get here. And me and her drove to the venue while Brittany, Elena, and Alicia stopped at Starbucks to bring coffee.
I wish I had a coffee right now.
Coffee is always
I literally
good.
thought about making a coffee before we came up here.
You should have. You went back down and got another tea.
I know. I got another tea.
Yeah, and I remember getting there, and then the hair and makeup was there, and starting that process. I was thinking about that yesterday. I think I'm like, it's crazy how like hair and makeup got there. I think at 9 a.m. and we didn't get married till
4 or 5 in the afternoon.
Yeah, and like it's just like and the whole, but it did not feel like a whole day. It felt like a blink of an eye. It was like, okay, get ready, get dressed, your hair's done, everything. Take pictures, videographer. Like, all right, now it's time to go walk down the aisle. That half flew.
The morning took forever for me. The morning and
You
get
were
to the moment.
hungover, too, bro.
I was super hungover. The morning and up to the moment I was fully dressed felt like the longest day of my entire life. The moment I was dressed and guests started to make their way in, my dad and my groomsmen were dressed. Once we were all out in that area, like, and people were starting to walk in toward us and see us and stuff. And the first touch, or the first look.
Touch. We didn't do a first look.
Oh, that's right. So the first touch, once we did that, flew. It was literally like bang, 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 fast, 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 fast. But the morning it felt like forever. It felt like an eternity to me. I was like, so.
Yeah, grooms don't have a lot to do, I guess.
Yeah, and I didn't feel good. I was hungover, and my friends, I love my friends, but I have one friend who takes forever to like get anywhere and do anything. And that gave me a lot of anxiety. He didn't even like show up to the thing in the morning. He met us at the venue and put his me and Ricky, remember, went and got the suits from the place.
Yeah.
But then everybody else got dressed at the venue. Do you remember that?
So no, because you guys all got dressed at the venue.
So did we go the day before?
You're talking about.
I'm talking about Dylan.
I know you're talking about Dylan.
Didn't go with us to get. Okay, so that's what it was.
Dylan was out of town. He didn't get back until like that night or that morning. So somebody had to pick up his tux for him.
Yeah, we picked up his tux for him, and Ricky's was messed up, but it ended up being that he put Dylan's pants on, I think.
Yeah.
But we have a picture, and I still have this picture on my phone of Ricky.
Short shorts. Or short pants.
He's about 6'3", I believe. But he was wearing pants. When he came out of the dressing room, he's like, bro, I'm not sure if like this is the vibe, but like I think these pants are messed up, and came up and like his pants were about this far. There was a gap this far from his pants and his
white
ankles. He just saw all white sock and ankle, and we were like, oh no. Come to find out, he was in the pants got swapped. Ricky had Dylan's pants on. Dylan's a lot shorter than Ricky. But because of that, Dylan not I remember Dylan not trying his tux on kind of stressed me out a little bit because I knew, and he didn't like Ricky and Jesse came together to my dad's house in the morning and like helped me get ready.
Oh, nice.
Like, well, we met there and we drove up together,
Yeah.
and we all got ready together in that back room. And Dylan didn't show up until we were all already there and had like got pizza and stuff. Like he was there later. And I just remember being like, dang, man, there's one guy that isn't here. What happens if the suit gets, what if not everything's perfect, you know? It ended up being fine. But that on top of being hungover a little
That's
bit,
so funny because I know that's not something that would usually stress you out.
it did. I remember it being stressful. I was like, come on, dude. If this gets messed up, this is going to be like the one thing that goes wrong. So I remember that being kind of stressful. And I remember being hungover for like a good half of the morning. And that sucked. I remember when they went to go get pizza and it was just me and my dad. I just remember being so anxious and like, all right, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this.
Am I
Let's do
making
this.
the right decision?
No, none of that. It was like more just like, let's get it done. This is the day. This is the big day. We're here.
Yeah.
Let's get it done. But yeah, as soon as all that stuff was done, weddings are so strange because you do, if you're lucky, you think about, you think about it a little bit throughout your life. If you're a woman, I'm guessing you think about it a lot when you're a kid.
Yeah.
But as a man, you obviously think about it until the day comes. You think about it a lot that whenever you're planning it. And then it comes and it's like so fast. It's not what you expect. You expect it to feel like this big, long, like day. And it ends up being this very fast,
You almost
very
wish that
tiring.
it felt longer.
Yeah, I wish it was more relaxing.
I don't know. I don't think it wasn't relaxing for me. I think when you being hungover made it not relaxing for you.
At first,
probably in the
yeah.
beginning.
Yeah, I mean everything went smooth.
I think the biggest
I
thing
think it
that
just
happened
went so fast. It's like boom, 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 boom,
Yeah.
boom. We're done.
Yeah, I think the biggest like not bad part. The only my dress broke, so they had to sew me into the top part of my dress.
Oh yeah, that didn't stress me out because I didn't know until I had
No,
to
but
tear
like
you
I
out
was
of
like
it.
that was like my little thing that like stressed me out. And other than that, it was just like a really smooth, perfect day. If anything
Yeah.
did happen, we had no
Yeah, and we had no
knowledge of it.
recollection of it. Your dad had to yell at some people about a cake.
Yeah.
My mom was not happy with her makeup.
She was not.
They did
Which
her,
I wish she would have said something.
they did her eyebrows so dark.
No, that was from her getting her eyebrows laminated dark.
Oh really?
Remember, she went to go get her eyebrows done like 2 days before.
And they did him super dark.
Yeah.
So that's what it was?
Yeah.
She didn't like her makeup either though?
Her makeup she thought was too pale for her skin.
Oh shoot, I didn't.
Which it was a little bit lighter when I looked at it and like well, no, you can't tell in pictures, but like pictures that I had on my phone. Like the pictures that we got our photographer, I don't know if they like adjusted it or if it just looked better on the camera. But like the pictures I had on my phone, there were some that I was like, oh dang, her makeup did look, but I think it was because the eyebrows were so dark.
Yeah, maybe. It definitely looked different. She looked different. She looked beautiful.
Yeah. I'm saying in the pictures that we got back, it didn't look
in all the photos you can't even I mean
No.
you could tell she's got her makeup done. That's it.
Yeah.
It's not like it's crazy. But yeah. It's just a crazy day. Especially if I mean some people have terrible days, some people have beautiful days. Some we've shot in situations where like they're having the best time in the world and can't be bothered to do anything else. But like for us is like we had so much to do in that day. It just felt so fast. Like I remember sitting oh man, that night when we were in that room, like that house, it was just like I felt like so even surreal. That was fast. It was like dang, it's over.
I remember like it being the end of the wedding and everybody's like clearing out because you dipped. You were gone.
I was out by the
I was like, where's my husband? No, you like ran to the front with some, I think Jesse.
Yeah, we were in that where we got ready. We ended up chilling over there for a little bit.
Yeah. So I was like, where did he go? And that was like my number one rule for you.
Was what?
You weren't allowed to separate from me.
It wasn't for long.
No. I am not mad about it. But that was like my number one rule because I had been to a couple weddings where like the bride was always like, where's the groom? And they were like looking to take pictures or doing something. I was like, you're not allowed to leave me other than to go get a drink and come back.
I don't remember this conversation.
The last 20 minutes of our wedding.
Yeah, but it was literally like when everybody was leaving.
Yeah, but
'Cause
you
we
were like
had a-
and then I was with like a whole bunch of people, and I'm like passing out cake, like tons of cake. I'm
Yeah.
like, just take it.
We had a blast.
Yeah, it was
Like,
such a good night. And then my parents drove me up to the
yeah, and met
where we're
us.
gonna stay,
Yeah.
and they're like, "Where's Brian?" I said, "I have no clue."
So over there doing
and
just
then
stuff.
finally, I think they left before you even came back, or you came
I
back
said
right as
goodbye
they
to
were
them
leaving.
because
Yeah.
I remember walking up to the house and seeing Colton and them dropping boxes and stuff.
But I remember like getting back in there, and they were like, "Should we just?" And we were both hungry, so hungry.
Oh man, there was
And
nothing.
they forgot
to
they're
eat.
supposed to leave us both like a plate of food from the reception. Nobody brought it.
We had
So
we had the snacks you guys had
thank
getting
God
ready.
my dad ordered us like pinwheels and like little sandwiches and stuff like
we
that.
destroyed those.
Ate all of it. Sat there. I remember I sat, I think, on the bar in my dress.
Yeah.
And
Eating
sat.
pinwheels.
And then we went into the living room and opened up our cards and our gifts and everything. And
I can see the inside of that house so clear.
I know. And I remember I was like, all right, we're going to go to bed. And I'm like, yeah, but you're going to have to cut me out of this dress.
I was like, what? And then all the things in your hair.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I think
I don't
over
remember
100
like
of those clips
falling asleep and waking up. I remember.
I remember waking up.
I don't. I barely remember getting out of there. I kind of remember it was chilly out. I remember we were wearing hoodies and stuff.
Out.
We went to this coffee place. We remember we asked
we had to
your
meet
uncle.
my dad. Remember to give
our
gifts and our. So I remember waking up and like us packing the car and.
Dang, I forgot we met your dad over.
Yeah, we showered. We showered in the morning, so we got
Did they stay local?
They did
in a hotel.
Yeah,
because they were leaving too.
Yeah, so we showered and then we met my dad. We woke up pretty early.
Her parents. Side note: her parents and her whole entire family, with our daughter, stayed in the same exact town as us for our honeymoon. Literally 10-minute drive away. We didn't see them.
I found out about it after it was booked, and I remember calling my dad and being like,
"You're gonna scare my fiance away.
Please tell me this is not true." And like, I don't.
I remember
is Colton kidding?
Right.
And he's like, "No, but he's not kidding. But I'm gonna call him and cancel it." And I was like, "Okay." Love you, bye.
They didn't cancel it.
They tried to cancel it, but they couldn't because it was so close.
Yeah, I remember being like, "What?"
Yeah,
and like, it felt weird.
It was very weird.
It was I felt like you were like, "Dang, this is gonna scare this dude away." I
was so angry.
Yeah,
and I was also like,
now knowing your family way more, like knowing them more, like knowing them well, and like they're my family and stuff, like it wouldn't bother me knowing it now, but then it was like,
are they always going to be around?
Now, I mean, they are. We're always around both of our families.
Yeah,
and I love it. Like, I love your family. I'm always around them. I get excited to like go to their house and like see Colton and Dalton. Like,
yeah,
I get excited when we went to Topgolf. Yeah, and Daryl, I was getting ready to say it because when we went to Topgolf, me and Daryl were both like hyped to go because we both had been texting about golf.
Yeah,
and like, I just have bonds with them now that I feel like we got married, we got engaged and got into the relationship so quick that like our bond was there a little bit, but it wasn't as tight.
Right.
And I felt like once we were actually family was when I could kind of like let my guard down.
I'm here now, baby.
We were so different, but at the same time, like me and Colton enjoy a lot of the same stuff.
Yeah.
So like once I let my guard down is when I really was able to like be super close with your family. Yeah. And so yeah, at the time I was like, this is kind of
let's get to the
weird.
We never seen them.
We didn't. Oh yeah, sorry, we didn't. They insured and followed through with the fact that we never ran into them one time. They didn't call, or when we talked to each other at night, like, okay, good night. We really just talked to Mariah.
And I think honestly, them doing that, my dad feeling bad, he bought us Dollywood tickets and he bought us like Express Pass, and he bought.
Oh shoot, I don't remember. I forgot he bought that.
He bought that. He's like, well, what are you guys doing? And I was like, I don't know. We might go to Dollywood. It just depends on like how much is left, budget wise.
He bought it that day.
So he was like, oh okay, and then he called and bought us
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, he probably was like, dang, this is kind of weird we did this.
I don't think he intended on doing it. I think Colton did
Colton,
it.
I think, now that I know Colton like I do, he definitely just heard us
Mountains.
say, he's, oh wait, it's been a while since I've been in Gatlinburg. And then he started looking at houses and found a sick house and bought it right
Yeah.
then and there. We were all in the living room that day.
I
I
don't think.
remember
Oh,
that
do
day.
you?
Yes, I remember being there that day. And I didn't think it was serious, but he had already. I don't. Yeah, I just remember being like, "What the heck, man? Like, am I not going to
I'm
be able
about
to
to go
get
hold
away
hands with my wife and her
right?"
brother at the
And
same
then
time.
right,
Skip
right.
through the
I'm just
mountains.
like, dang, I wanted to have our own time,
Yeah, we did.
but we did. We never ran into anybody. They were super cool. They did. They didn't do most of the stuff that we did. The only thing that
No.
they did that we did was go to Gatlinburg or go to Dollywood.
Dollywood.
They didn't even. I talked to Colton the other day about this, and he was like, "Yeah, we didn't even go to Gatlinburg on that trip." He's
Yeah.
like, "We didn't spend it." I think it's because he knew that we were.
Yeah.
So they did stuff in Silverville and like
Yeah.
Pigeon Forge,
Yeah.
and then the days that we were in Pigeon Forge and Silverville, they were at Dollywood and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, we really had that.
They had a better day at Dollywood. I mean, we had a perfect day. I loved our day.
Yeah.
But
Ours was
they had a
rainy.
better day at Dollywood because they got to do all the rides. It wasn't raining. For us, it was like we got to do a couple rides. I was bigger at the time too, so I didn't fit on a lot of the rides. Now I would fit, and I'm stoked on that for next time we
Yeah.
can go. But it rained.
We're hoping next year.
Yeah, hopefully next year we'll be able to go. But I'm burping. Sorry. But it was still a fun day because I am obsessed with theme parks. Anyway, so like just being at a new park, the banana, what is it?
All the food was
the
good.
monkey bread or the crazy bread.
The cinnamon
Yeah,
bread.
it's like a cinnamon bread bowl.
We ate at
loaf.
Aunt Granny's or Aunt Grandma's. Aunt Granny's, I think it is.
Yeah,
that
place
was really
amazing.
good.
We did
the
whole
shows.
entire. We did the Christmas show.
Yeah.
That Christmas show was so good. It was like her cousins or something.
My Aunt Dolly.
Yeah. And then the museum.
Yeah, we did the Titanic Museum.
No, the museum. No? At Dollywood, we did her museum.
Yes, yeah, her museum. Yeah, she had outfits with like
outfits from all the major like
yeah
plot points in her life. Pictures. I took a picture. I saw it on my phone the other day. It's a picture of her and Johnny Cash.
Yeah, we did. It was like a really nice trip.
Without doing the rides, we experienced everything else because we had a full day there. We might as well just did it.
Yeah.
And we were trying to stay out of the rain, so we did a lot of the show. We did the Christmas show. We did the museum. The only thing we didn't get to do that I was kind of bummed is we didn't see her tour bus.
We couldn't go in it yet because it was raining out.
Yeah, they weren't doing tours of it.
Yeah.
I remember getting out of that Christmas show and it was nighttime and all the lights were on and it was sprinkling a little bit. And remember that band was playing when we got out. Oh. That whole week, man. Your honeymoon. I don't know what y'all.
You're just on such like a
our
high.
Our honeymoon was so like magical, bro.
It was.
It's still like it's still in my mind. I think about it and I'm just like, man, that was such a good week. Like. That's probably the last time that we have been just us out together for that long of a time. Like me and you have gotten days here and there, and like we make it a point to like drop the kids off and go do stuff a couple times every month or every other month.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's really the only time in our relationship that we've ever been like kid free.
Alone, yeah. Because as soon as we got serious, I mean, Mariah, we have a kid. You know, we hopped into being like a couple that's a parents. I hopped into being a new parent right away.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was like this beautiful, just like so relaxing and I wish we could do it again.
I know.
This next time we're going, we're bringing the kids.
Yeah.
But I want to do like a getaway 1 year for our anniversary, maybe on our 5 years.
I was just thinking that maybe on our 5 year, maybe we can do like a long
for like
weekend.
a 4-day.
Yeah.
Maybe not there. Maybe somewhere we could drive to. That's not like an all day.
I don't know.
Maybe there.
Yeah. Flights, I think, are not that bad.
Yeah, they're not that bad. I was talking to somebody at work about driving there, and they were like, Wouldn't it be cheaper to fly? And I was like, yeah, but then you got to
No,
rent a car and
because the individually it might be cheaper to fly, but not, it's not cheaper to fly
I
a
was like, yeah, there's like
family.
13 of us, so
Nah,
probably not.
like it's crazy. Like I think it's like the same. It's like $200 a person
Yeah,
or so. I don't even know. Maybe a little bit more than that with a round trip.
right.
But yeah, that was
Honeymoon, man. Honeymoon was amazing. But yeah, back to the wedding. Um, what else sticks out for the wedding day for you? The food was
honestly what's like.
honesty. Did you just
Shush.
lisp just now?
Did I honestly?
Honesty. What day? What
What
about it?
day?
What day was it
November
again?
14th,
It was out there Sunday.
Sunday. Yep.
I was about to say Thursday.
It was. I don't know. It was just the whole day was great.
The food was
The
amazing. Our
food was
cake was
amazing. Oh
amazing.
my god, that cake was so
The
good.
company was so good. I felt there was
Yeah,
no drama,
I
which was
loved
awesome.
the next day of, or not the next day, but I loved getting back to work, and because a lot of my coworkers came
We're there.
and hearing like the little dumb stuff that happened, like not drama, but just like the ridiculous things that everybody were doing, and like the little like
How much fun they
fun
had.
moments they were having and everything like that.
I posted a picture of our anniversary, or you did. I think it was me. I think I posted just pictures from the wedding on our
You did. I
anniversary.
did our honeymoon, I think, in our wedding.
And I can't remember, somebody commented, I think it was Smurf. And he was like, man, this is still like one of the most beautiful days that I've ever been a part of, or something like
Yeah.
that. And I was like, oh, that's so cool that people like remember it being this awesome day.
Yeah, every year somebody texts me like, usually, or if they'll run into them at work, the girls will be like, "This is the best wedding ever." And I'm like, "Stop it! You say that to everybody."
Still the best marriage ever, too, baby. Hey, what up, though?
Heck yeah,
But yeah,
yeah, it was great. The missing shoe, or the not missing
dude,
shoe,
yeah,
but the
the
extra
random shoe.
shoe.
There's a picture that I think I've brought it up on here, but we have a reel, or have a frame with a flash drive of all the pictures from the wedding on it, and it just rotates these pictures of the wedding. And there's a picture of my buddy Nick, and he's holding just a random shoe. Someone had lost their shoe, and he found the shoe, and it's just like him knelt down like this, and he's holding the shoe like, what? Where's
There's
the
also
foot?
a picture of it like mixed into one of our centerpieces.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, they took the shoe and put it in the centerpiece.
Oh my god, idiots, dude. My friends, dude, they're friggin'
Oh my
idiots.
god, my parents also. That's another thing that I don't think gets talked about, like watching your parents enjoy
The
that
wedding.
night, and like
Yeah, my mom had a blast too.
and like them just being happy. Like I remember like looking over, and it's like there's one point that I asked everybody to come out to the dance floor, and I look over, and my yaya's in the center of my dad, my mom, my aunt Max, and my aunt Judy, and they're doing a Greek dance around her.
Oh my gosh, yes.
And he'd be like,
Oh,
Opa!
right. Like, good grief. Everybody
It was
had
so
so
cute.
much fun.
Also, I think my favorite part that, I mean, we were included in it, was just you and me, but you get like most people, I think now, I don't know if it's a newer thing, but I didn't hear about it until the last couple of years, the private dance.
Yeah, we did a private dance, but
A lot of people do it to get ready for their exit.
we had a special guest.
My yaya was sitting there, and I loved that. Yeah,
She was the only. It was
she
us
was sitting there with a smile on her
and
face,
her,
so big,
quiet and off to the side in the room, and it was just us dancing.
Yeah.
While Yaya was just, she was there because she couldn't be up and around.
Yeah.
But it was also like this beautiful thing where it's like, I don't have grandparents.
Yeah.
I mean, I do. My Nana's still around, but you are close with your Yaya, and like it was this beautiful moment. I also like think about it, and it's my brother's wedding was right after the next year, and then we had like good memories at his wedding too. Obviously, it was like a magical day, but our weddings are like two of the last few memories that we have with my dad before stuff started to like,
right,
his memory started to go, and like stuff, his health started, he's here, and he's doing good, but he has Alzheimer's, and like he's in a wheelchair and stuff now, and like
Yeah, when I
I
was
don't know
going
if
through the
he'll ever
pictures, there were
be.
a couple pictures of you and your dad, and
And
I was
it's
just
like
like,
he's
dang.
still. He's just my. That's how I remember my dad.
Right.
Like when I think of him, I think like I see him still, obviously, but it's like we got to make these really good core memories like a year before his health started to like kind of decline, and he's
Yeah.
like, so that was, we have pictures from that, which
Yeah.
is beautiful. Like he was super happy. Like, do you
Yeah.
remember him at my brother's wedding?
There's a thing that's coming to mind where it was just supposed to be like the groomsmen and the bridal party, and your dad stuck around for all the pictures. So your
Yeah.
dad is in like every single one
Uh-huh.
of his pictures.
Uh-huh.
And I just like, oh my God.
We had a fun at that wedding.
Yeah.
Their wedding was really awesome
Yeah, it
too, man.
was.
It was crazy, dude. Beautiful. It rained all morning, and it was like people were stressed out because of the rain, and then it just cleared up and was beautiful when it came
Yeah.
time for them to actually. Yeah. So like
It was really
our
pretty.
two weddings were like we created some really good memories right before, like
With your dad?
with my dad. Whether, he even remembers them anymore, I know that I'll never forget it. You know what I mean? It
Yeah.
was awesome.
I think
There was a couple, like, we are close, but we are also super distant, especially throughout my 20s, my later 20s. Like,
as
I,
your adult life.
yeah, my adult life, he was always around in my childhood. He was like, normal dad. But are we like, when my parents got divorced, it was like a little bit weirder of a vibe. And then me and my brother rented a house on a property that he lived in a separate house on. So we were close during those times. But that also was also the beginning of like a little bit of, I don't know, the disdain. Is that the right word?
Yeah.
At least on my end, he might not have ever realized it. I don't know. But there was distance after that for a while.
Yeah.
So like having those memories of like, I was I spent those days, I spent the entire wedding day before everything with him. And I spent that last night before getting married with him.
Yeah.
So it's like nice to have those moments with him. Real bonding men stuff, dude. Don't cry.
I'm not gonna cry. You don't cry.
I'm not even close to crying.
Me either.
He got me
Get out of
drunk.
here.
He started it. I finished it. He started it, and then I went to my brother's, and my brother was like, "We can go to the bar if you're not done. We can catch up." All right, let's do it, dude. Here's Dad's keys.
Somebody drive me.
Yeah, that was fun. Me, my mom, my brother, and my sister-in-law met with my friend Matt and his very pregnant wife at the time. Well,
Yeah.
girlfriend at the time. She didn't drink, obviously, but they were like locals and regulars at this bar. So they like knew the girl behind the bar, and it was really slow. We were like the only people there. And I don't remember much from that night, but I remember the blue juice that she was making. She made some like concoction, and she was like, "I just made this up. So you guys let me know how it is." And I was like, "Keep them things coming." And then the first season, I talked about $20 cheeseburger.
Yeah. Same night.
Yeah, that was that night. On the way back, I gave
It's
somebody.
really
I got
funny.
robbed.
We got the night we got engaged. I think we were both just so excited. We went out for dinner and stuff beforehand, and we came back and he proposed in our home, and our moms were there, sisters, brother, they were all there because they helped set it up.
Oh yeah, Brittany was there.
They
too.
were all in the living room.
Yeah,
And I remember just being so excited afterwards,
yeah.
and like not ready to like call it a night, and not really wanting to go like out. We went to Wawa to get milkshakes
That night.
Yeah.
Did we?
Yeah.
Did we all go, or did someone?
So no, I don't know. Your mom must have had come with us because she was with Kyle and Lex, I think.
Yeah.
But my mom and Brittany, they went home, and then we decided to go for milkshakes. And I remember being like teenage kids up there, and I was like, I got engaged tonight, kids.
Yeah, I remember them poking. I remember your mom and my mom poking their heads around the corner, like
I remember hearing them crying.
as we were as I was asking, and like
Yeah. I don't
crazy, dude.
remember seeing them. I just remember
I just
hearing
remember it
them.
being done and them poking their heads around, and be like, "Did we do good?"
I remember like crying and us hugging and everything
Yeah.
afterwards, and then like turning to them,
And they were there,
and they were hugging each other,
sobbing.
crying.
Yeah.
So,
God, man, so fucking
yeah.
cool. Sorry, I cussed. All right.
But I just meant the Wawa thing, and then that night, the same place that you went out to that bar, the Friday prior to that, or a week prior to that. Yeah, a week prior to that, I went out with Janet and Laura to celebrate getting married at the same bar
After the wedding?
before the wedding.
Oh, you went to celebrate to getting engaged.
No, to get married. It was like a week before the wedding
Oh, okay. So it was like a little bachelorette
type thing. Yeah.
type thing, like what I did.
Yeah.
We both went to our bachelor and bachelorette parties, but then we both had like
A random night.
I had a night before, and you had a week
prior. Yeah. It was like my last night working before getting ready for the wedding. So we all went. We went home and got ready. So me, Janet, and Laura went.
What did I do? Where was I?
At home.
Here.
Yeah.
Didn't have a. It's hard to. It's funny is like I completely forget that we didn't have a baby at that time.
No. Yeah.
Do you think about that? Like, dang, what were we doing in those days? Like, what the
living
heck
it
did
up.
we fill our
We're
time
still living
with?
it up, but
yeah. I did a lot more sitting on the couch. God, I miss it.
But I went out there and we went to the same bar, and Matt and Hannah were there, and they bought me a shot that night, and they headed out a little bit after that. But I don't know. I don't know why I thought it was funny. Oh, and another thing I realized, and it just blew my mind because we didn't know each other like well for a long period of time.
Oh yeah, you brought this up. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. You brought this up this week. This is funny.
It blew my mind how young we were when we met each other.
Yeah.
I was 13 years old when I met him.
You were our daughter's age, or
Yeah.
I was our daughter's age when we first met each other.
Yeah.
It's so crazy.
Like, what?
I told her that, and she was like, she said something about her little friend JJ.
And I was like, no, you're so far off. Get out of here. But yeah, I just remember like that. And it's so funny because we've talked about, I had a crush on Brian.
Yeah. If you're a new listener, she had a crush on me in high school, and I was oblivious to it.
Yeah. He was obsessed with another girl. I was
obsessed with another girl that broke my heart out of my chest. And it was rough going literally until we got together.
Oh,
my love life was in shambles from that moment to the moment where I reconnected with you. It was crazy.
But it's funny, like I met you at 13, and then we always were like friends on like social media or something like that.
I was always sending you late night likes
on what was the thing? MySpace.
Yeah, we were on MySpace for sure.
MySpace,
and then Facebook,
Instagram,
all of it. I
yeah,
had it all.
But it's so funny to think like back to like the 13-year-old girl that had a crush on this boy,
right?
And being so young, and to think 20 years later.
Yep.
It just like I
wish I could like go back and just nudge me and be like, bro, all this stuff all this silly stuff that you're gonna put your mind through. You're right there the whole time. It's so crazy. They tell you you're gonna marry. They say you're gonna marry somebody you went to high school with. Like we literally,
your chances are high. Yeah.
Since we were like 14, 13, 12 years old, we have literally lived within like a 15-minute drive away from each other for that entire time, and then just never crossed paths other than on the internet, other than like seeing each other on Facebook and stuff.
Yeah, and it's crazy. Like I didn't have like this like a little time like, oh, he's cute. I
changed her entire style,
like crush on him. I didn't change it that year. I waited till the next year, but then I never seen him again.
Never saw me again. I mean, you saw me probably in passing.
Yeah, in passing, but we didn't have any class or anything together. So
there's still like I have like weird specific memories of like us being in the same class. I remember that day. I've told you about this, but like there was a day that we were out by the bleachers with like one other person, I do. I
I
don't
want to say
know.
it was Javon.
It was right outside, probably that girl.
Well, that's Marima. I'm pretty sure what I'm talking about is Javon.
We were right outside the weightlifting thing. There's like weightlifting room, and then right outside of it had picnic tables, and then it was
Yeah.
like on the side of the bleachers.
Yeah.
And I remember like that was, if there was ever a day that we were flirty with each
Uh-huh.
other, it was that day.
Yeah, I was flirty with you almost every day, but
I might have bought into it a little bit that day.
bought into it.
I might have like
I gave you a little something
regurgitate.
back.
No, yeah, I was flirty too, and I was like, hold on, is this how flirting works? Yeah, I had my head up my butt
It's okay.
at that time. It taught me stuff though, for sure.
Oh yeah,
A lot of, dude, I was
I
thinking
will
about that
always
the other
believe,
day.
like, no matter what we went through, the things and things didn't work out when we first met each other when we were so young, but like the process of us like actually getting to like know each other
Yeah.
didn't happen because we needed to go through what we went through as individual people to value what we have
Yeah.
now and the people that we are now.
Uh-huh.
Because the
With
girl I was then was very much like, I mean, I was spoiled, but like I had this thing that if you said that you loved me.
Hear me out
And you,
though. If we would have gotten together then, I don't think that we would have ever separated.
No?
I think that if we would have started dating in high school, we would have been together to this day.
Really?
Yeah, because we're not even me in high school was not the type of person to not, even when I was younger, I was, look at what the whole reason I didn't see you that way.
Yeah.
It's because I was in love.
Right.
Like if that would have worked, like
Yeah.
something would have happened there, I would have held. She would have broken up with me.
Right.
Like I'm not we were, and I think that you were the same way.
Oh yeah, I
Because
was
the way you
never.
explain it is like you fell for the relationship that you were in and was convinced to stay in a bad relationship because you believed in love.
Yeah.
Like if we would have gotten together, we're the type of people that never would have left.
No,
each
that
other.
was my whole point though, is that like I thought if you said you loved somebody, that is what you meant.
If I would have fallen in
And you like
yeah.
not you as in, but
Oh, I
like
know.
that, like it's, and you would like stand on that and you would honor that person, you respect this, because that's all I've ever known
Yeah.
growing up. That's what my father shown me, my siblings, my mother. So like the first guy that said he loved me, I like,
You believed
I
it.
believed it, and
But if it would have been me instead of, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I feel like we would have been high school sweethearts.
yeah, for sure. But like,
But when you think about that, then Mariah, I think
right,
my mic just went out. If that would have never things happen for a reason, because Mariah would have never.
right.
And a big like Mariah, I love you guys. Like I
But
fell in love with both of you.
yeah, but like that's my whole point. Like I wouldn't be who I am today either because I wouldn't have grown up the way I did because of having Mariah. Who would have known
Who would have known what we would be?
What have you know?
That was
would we
before
still
I
be
even
completely
cared about that.
immature and like you know what I mean?
Would
Like
I've gone to like where would I be working? What would I be doing? Because I definitely got heartbroken and started writing music.
well, you could have just fell in love and started writing music.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just I honestly think things happened the way they were supposed to
I would have been
happen.
a skater, bro, and your dad would have been like this punk with the
He
skater.
was a skater boy.
This punk with the skateboard and the stupid sodas. And
That was the reason I had such a crush on you.
I was a skater.
A skater, yeah.
Yep. I dressed like Bam Margera every day
Yeah.
of my life.
Oh, I love Bam.
Yep. Me too. I've been seeing podcasts of him lately, and he's doing a lot better than he was.
That's
pretty cool to see.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But it's just crazy to think like I said, I had a full on crush. Like the next year, I was like, okay, I gotta be more edgy. Maybe that's why he didn't like me because I was like too much of like a girly girl. Like I was like the girl that dressed in all pink and like did my
American
hair and
Eagle
like
and,
American,
like-
yeah, and like a ooh girl, I guess, or whatever. I don't know, like a preppy kind of,
kinda,
yeah. So I was like, I gotta be more edgy.
And I think I came back from that. I came back that summer more gothy.
Yeah.
That was like my. I never went like super cringy goth, but I was like I'd mix the goth in with the skater. I'd be
Yeah.
wearing band tees and like all black band tees, skate shoes, which I guess was the BAM thing anyway.
Yeah.
But
It like
and then
mixed.
and then senior year, I think I had formed into the girl jeans, the
I
scene
see that's like
hair.
I think
I was only
after
there for one semester during my senior year.
I would say during your senior year, I don't remember seeing you.
I had all my credits already done, and I came for two semesters, and I did 3 classes in the first semester. One I skipped every day, and then I had one class my second semester that I had to get done, and then I was out of there.
Yeah, so I
I never
think
took senior pictures. I didn't do prom. I didn't do any of it.
for like those 2 years, my sophomore, no, my junior year and my senior year, I didn't see you. I don't even think I seen you on social media at that point. I think we might
I
have
don't
been
think social
friends.
media existed
No,
yet.
we had MySpace.
During high school,
Yes,
I remember MySpace like
MySpace was
maybe
definitely in high
senior,
school.
maybe senior year.
Yeah, so we were friends on it, but I started like
I remember
going a
MySpace
different route.
specifically because of the band I was in.
Yeah,
And that was my first band.
I remember I was like, like kind of switching gears into like, I've never had like a, what is it, like a type of guy to like,
It changed.
but I don't think I ever had a type.
I think you
I
think you
just,
were impressionable.
I for sure, but I don't think
You
I
made
had
a
like
couple
necessarily a type.
I think you made a couple friends and then started hanging out, and
Yeah,
then you were like,
yeah.
okay, this is rap music.
I love rap music,
Yeah.
but like
This is how you shake your bum? Oh, wow, this is awesome.
word to your mouth. No, I'm just kidding. But like,
Four Locos are tasty.
I've only had a Four Loco twice ever in my life.
Your friends were drinking for you.
I
were
definitely
drinking Hypnotic.
drank real alcohol.
You were like, oh, Hypnotic.
No, I
This is
drank Grey
delicious.
Goose a lot.
I love Lil Wayne. Your dreads
Oh,
are
I
just like
love,
Lil
yeah.
Wayne's.
Well,
It's all good. I went there too,
didn't,
man.
No, but I
rap.
just didn't have like I don't necessarily think I ever had a style. Like it didn't necessarily just because I was into a certain type of music or
Dude, if we would have started dating back then, maybe I would have convinced you to get into good music.
What do you mean? I'm not
heavy
into good music.
I mean, maybe I would have been like, babe, I'm in a
I got you the
band,
country.
bro. Yeah, you did. Yeah. You got me in a different kind of good music.
Yeah, I liked trap music.
Yeah.
From the time I was like 16 to like I don't know, late 20s.
Yeah, like a rap that was on the radio at the time.
Yeah, and a little like not,
little
but
mixtape, Gucci, Boosie,
Boosie. I loved
hood tapes.
I loved
type
Kodak
stuff.
even before he got big.
Yeah.
But like
that song that man I showed you the other day.
That was wild.
Mess,
that was wild.
People, I've heard it so many times. The beginning of it now that I'm like, okay, maybe the stuff in the beginning isn't so bad, but the fact that this man like gets halfway, like a quarter of the way through a song and just starts flicking a lighter and it's over.
Yeah,
I'm just like, what is happening, dude?
The song was
I'm
weird.
so
too.
detached from what
the
is
actual song was weird.
yeah,
too, though.
like it's his style, like because his style's always kind of been like a little bit offbeat, but then on beat and like the like the rolling of the tongue stuff. But like
it was more or less what he was saying.
It was so like an over exaggerated version of what he's already been doing.
Yeah,
where I was like, okay,
it was really bad.
I could really understand why people don't like his music.
Yeah,
and it's like, and then the lighter just, I was like, all right, here comes the catchy part of the song, and it just stops, and it's just, and I'm like, what? Am I having a seizure right now? Like, am I
living the same moment
so
over and over again? Yeah.
From like what is cool in rap.
Oh yeah,
It only takes
I'm detached to what is cool in almost everything now. I feel like I've gotten to that point of where I'm like old.
Yeah, I'm old.
And Mariah's like, "Don't say that." I'm like,
yeah, literally.
I'm so sorry. But what I was saying is, I don't necessarily have a type of guy, except I liked horrible men or horrible boys, whatever. I don't think necessarily had a type of girl that you liked.
No.
You just
I
like horrible women.
Yeah,
girls.
I honestly liked girls that gave me any attention at all. And once they did, like you know what I mean, like once they showed a little bit of inkling, I was like, oh, you're my type right now.
I
You know
got
what
you.
I mean?
I got you. I was say, what are you talking Well,
I mean, I just wasn't like looking for a certain type of girl. I was just like any girl that was like nice to me at the time.
right.
I had a lot of friends that were girls
Yeah.
too, so it was like I don't know,
Yeah, it's crazy to think back to like the point when I was like dating even before like I met uh
redacted.
huh?
Is that what you're trying to your
Redacted.
ex?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
you were.
dated.
It seemed like you were thinking, should I say a name right
No,
now,
I
or
wasn't gonna say a
we'll
name.
say redacted.
All I ever want to say is terrible things, but so I just
Yeah,
don't.
don't.
I
Yeah,
just don't. But like before I met him, I just I don't know. It's crazy to think like I felt like I had my picking of what I wanted
okay.
out of like guys because like I was dating going on dates with lots of different people
Afterwards, right or before?
before.
Okay.
Like he was somebody that I started dating. Like I wasn't in a relationship with any of these guys. Nothing was like
Yeah,
happening. We were just dating and I was like seeing who I wanted to date and
and they were
that
all different from him,
they
or are you saying that they were very similar?
I mean there's guys that I can think back to this day that I don't necessarily I mean I definitely think they would have cheated on me, but I don't think they are necessarily like bad in the way he was bad.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is it's crazy to think that I thought I had like all this picking of like great guys and to think of like who they are and being like
I thought these were great guys.
what?
Dude, look at me, bro. I was Mr. Fix It.
Yeah.
I fell for girls who needed fixing, who were
Yeah.
like, oh, I could see the good in her
See,
and
all
she's
I
bad.
I mean it just thinks of how
Drugs
young
and
but I was very young when I met him. Like I was 18 when I got pregnant with Mariah.
right.
So like to
Yeah,
me, like the guys that I was dating were like guys that all these other girls wanted to date
yeah.
too. So in my head, I was like flexing on all these girls,
Right, right.
like, oh, you guys are all worried about these guys.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not worried about them. I can choose who I want out of
Right.
them. And that's what, like, and to think back to that, I was like, God,
I don't know.
what a moron. Like,
I
you're
think,
dumb. But I thought as soon as I chose the one I was going to choose, like, that was going to be like my person.
yeah. I think that I was friends with too many girls.
I don't think you could tell when a girl liked you.
That's the thing
But that's
too.
that was only because of the
Yeah,
case
that's
that I
true.
tried to show you that I
You're,
liked you.
yeah,
You didn't.
yeah. There was probably a little bit of that, and then I think I fell for. I think that I fell too quick and scared girls away, maybe because I was serious. I would take things serious, and they wouldn't. And I think I was friends with too many girls that were like, I saw how my
Well, yeah, you
friends.
hung out with party girls,
I did.
so like, of course they're not ready for to be down,
Yeah,
down.
there's a couple girls that I dated for a little bit that both were in situations where I was like, why was I
Yeah.
like
But hey, I'm
literally?
not saying anything. I dated party guys, and I
Yeah,
was
yeah.
like, oh, I'm gonna pick my choosing out of
It's
this, and
funny
this
is
is gonna be
like
the man that I'm gonna love
I
forever.
was never like a drug guy until I dated a girl who did drugs and then like felt like heartbroken over it and started doing drugs.
That's crazy.
And then turned around at like the reason that I would blame the fact that she didn't like me was the thing that I was stuff that I started getting into.
Mm.
It's weird. And then yeah,
See, but I think
I
that's
remember
this is all the stuff
Jesse.
that I'm talking about. Like, I feel like we had to go through and learn
Oh yeah, yeah, 100.
because, like,
percent
I don't think even though we are both people that take like love serious, I don't think we would have respected the love that we gave each other
I
as
don't know.
much.
I feel like if
I
yeah,
don't because I don't think I respected the love that my parents gave me growing up, like
yeah.
necessarily until I had my own kid and I realized this is crazy.
Yeah, but I feel like both at the same time, I feel like both of us were the type of people that took I mean, clearly we took relationships seriously, so I
Yeah.
feel like we would have taken each other serious and maybe it'd been that couple that was like, "Oh, they were always together."
Yeah, I don't think we wouldn't have taken it serious. I just don't think I appreciated
Maybe
it the
would
same
have gotten
way.
to the point where we took it for granted a little bit.
Yeah.
Is that what you mean?
Yeah, and like also not know how to communicate
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
as much. Like even like communication is still like it sucks to have certain conversations because you're just worried about how the other person's going to take it.
Mhm.
But
Let me tell you what, you know how to do that, boy. You be having them convos and you be having the conversations I don't want to have with myself. We had one right before the
yeah,
podcast started.
it's just that like when you go in a relationship and you're not being heard or
You
validated,
want to make sure you're being communicative.
you want to make sure that the person like, and you also don't want it to blow up, because when you get to a point in a relationship when you're not being heard and you're not being validated, that it becomes toxic
Yeah,
in
and
multiple different ways. And so I just think that's something that I learned, because I also didn't know how to communicate. I was
a hothead.
yeah, and I just would like blow up. And like there's like things that, I mean, not that we've ever had like an argument, but there's definitely things that,
We've had arguments. It's
yeah,
just
but I meant like never
we
like
never
blown
just
up, but there's things that we have had conversations about as like bickering or arguing,
yeah,
that my past self
would have never.
would have like flipped the lid, and
Yeah,
like, and it would, and nothing that we've had a conversation or a disagreement on has deserved that.
there's never been there's
Yeah.
never been an argument or anything that with you where I've ever felt like it was detrimental to our relationship. If
No,
that's what you mean,
no,
like
yeah, and or like hateful or
right,
got,
right, right.
and I was,
We never want to like hurt each other.
no, I just want to be heard and I want to hear you.
Yeah,
Um,
that's a thing that what I need to get better at is telling and saying things before I get like that's the conversation we had right before this about my music stuff.
yeah,
It's like I have to start to communicate when I'm not when I'm like having like a mental not, you know what I mean?
yeah.
Like
I think
I do a big part of me, what you said, like you just said that you worry about me over busying my brain and then upsetting myself when I'm not able to like achieve things or get things done at the rate that my crazy brain wants to get them done at. And a, a big thing with me is that I think about stuff so much that it boils up.
right,
And it's like a conversation of me literally just going to you and being like, I've been thinking about this a lot, could deter me from getting to the point where it turns into being a depressive
right,
moment. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So that's something that I still have to work on. Like
yeah.
I try not to like. I know that you support me in anything I do, but I also don't ever want the things that I want to do personally take away from anything in our family.
Right.
So I don't. I kind of try and treat it like work, and I don't want to bring my work home.
Well, I
And
just,
I think that's the wrong way to go
yeah,
about it
and
because you on a bad day of work, who do I come and tell
right,
of my work, my job? So if I'm having a bad day or like having a moment of frustration when it comes to my passion, I've got to be more like I've got to be better about vocalizing it with you and being like, "Hey, this is where my brain is."
yeah, and I think also, like, I mean, you're good at hearing me. I'm not saying you're not hearing me, but I think sometimes, and it also could be the way, and maybe you need to communicate. Maybe it's the way I'm communicating it to you. I think you, and I could do it too.
Things
Take it
upset me right away.
personally,
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
and like, and like that. It's just not.
I think
I
that
think at first, when you later on, I think once you think about it and after the conversation, a lot of times,
you just got
I
to give
think
me
you
a
have
bit.
time to process it.
Exactly.
But like,
The moment I'm like,
it also, it's hard to, it's not hard, because I've, like I said, I've learned to communicate, and like I'm going to say, even if I know it's going to hurt your feelings and I know later on that it won't, and you'll understand where I'm coming from, I'm going to have to say it, and I'm going to
yeah,
feel comfortable saying it, because I'm not going to allow myself to be put in that situation again, to where like I'm not being honest with people,
yeah,
and
yeah.
especially with you.
That's what brought this up. Yeah,
Yeah. And like, I think it's just hard when you're having those conversations. And I don't know, other couples like ever feel that when you get quiet, my feelings are now hurt, because I feel like I hurt your feelings.
yeah, yeah,
So it like, it does lead into like this thing where like feelings do get hurt. I'm not saying that we don't hurt each other's feelings in
yeah.
that way, but I think we both know it's not coming from a place of wanting to hurt each other or
No,
upsetting each other. It's just like, it's communication. Sometimes it's tough,
yeah,
and hearing things that you already kind of know about yourself, sometimes it's hard to take in.
yeah, yeah,
And like, I don't know. So I think like that's when I say, when like, I don't know if we would be where we are, if that would have worked out when we were younger. I know for
yeah.
myself
Because
would
we had
not be able
a
to
lot of
like
learning.
communicate with you the way I do now.
Right, right. Yeah, 100%. Who knows the unknown?
You're right. I'm very happy everything
That
worked
could
out the
go
way it
either
did,
way.
though.
I know that maybe. I mean, I know that I probably would have. I mean, I know that I was always looking for that relationship,
Yeah, I was too.
whether we would have took it for granted or
Or we would just
not
have.
have,
I think we would have
not have.
harder moments.
Yeah. If we would have had growing moments that were a little harder,
Yeah,
probably.
I think we would not be the couple that has not screamed at each other.
Yeah, I don't think that. No,
So
I
I
also like. I remember when we first started the podcast, we always bragged about like not being the couple that argues, and I feel like the further into like our marriage we get, we argue more, but
bicker
we bicker. Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. Is like, but because of the
like
way,
old people.
yeah, but because of like where we were in life when we got together, I think that that's how we're a like everything we've been through prior is the reason that we're able to communicate things and them not be like we had a conversation like we were just saying we had a conversation right before the podcast started and 15-20 minutes of sitting in this room waiting for a battery to charge we were able to hop on the podcast and be us right away again. It's not something that like when we sit and have serious conversations about needing to check, usually it's you having to check me about something I'm getting into. And I don't mean that in a bad way at all. It's just how I am. It's just like, and I need that reassurance. Sometimes I need to be told like, hey, just be mindful
Right.
because you are a psycho and like you get excited about stuff and you and I obviously when you bring up like the let just take it easy, I'm gonna get bummed because I feel like you're not excited for me, but it's not that you're just like you're excited right now, which means it's gonna go down, and you're gonna be bummed if you get excited and it doesn't work out the way you want it to.
Right. And that's
And
that's
you're
the
the
part where I feel like
expectation thing. We're having a conversation like halfway having she basically told me like set your expectations realistically to the point where like if you're bringing on something new to do just remember that you have a full-time job, you are a parent, you have other music ventures that you're into. The plan was to do but the band and my solo stuff when I started doing solo stuff anyway, so just remember that you have all this stuff going on and stuff's not going to get done fast. You're going to have to be realistic and say, hey, if you're going to be in a band and you're going to work on an album with the new album with this band, it's not going to get done in 2 weeks, a month. You're going to have to take your time. Don't beat yourself up because you can't record a project in a couple weeks. Like you want to get it done. And honestly, that should be fine. That's how I should take my time on it anyway, because it's music. You want it to be the best you can. And if I try and write it in a day and record it the next day, and I'm stressed out because I don't have the money, that should force me to like take more time on it.
right.
I don't know, but yeah,
It's
I don't know
just
where I
bringing
got to.
yourself more back, bring it back
Bring her
down.
back to earth. I get to outer. I go to outer. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm a Jesus believer, but hey, your boy is freaking up in the stars sometimes, in the clouds. Your boy is just. I was born a dreamer, and I like love things. I'm passionate about every freaking thing I do. It's
Yeah.
unfortunate sometimes.
I am more like,
You're a realist. I'm a dreamer,
yeah,
and like
which like need to coincide together.
no, it
And I
takes a
think
little
it
bit of
does
opposites attract.
because I think uh, you're a
You,
bigger dreamer than I am a what is it? What did you just
I'm
say?
a way bigger dreamer than you are anything.
Like
I have a new thought every other day.
it's crazy. But
You
it's not
too.
bad, it's
This
just
every
crazy.
episode. Listen to our episodes where I bring up something new that I want to do.
But like it's hard grounding you
Yeah,
because
because I live in this like escape world. Like I like to escape with the
and you
dream.
think like being grounded is like
Boo. But
right. And it's like it's just like no, you can dream from down here.
yeah, you can dream and also raise your children. Like I'm not
No.
like that's one thing though is when I get home, I'm not like
The
don't
discussion wasn't
dissociate.
about like
Oh, I know.
you like
It literally, you were like,
multitasking
no, it's
everything
you checking me
on you.
on me. It's like, care for yourself.
Yeah.
Don't put yourself in a situation where you're gonna
Because then
beat
you end up
yourself.
hating what you love.
Yeah,
And
don't beat yourself up.
yeah.
And that's kind of what I've been doing with my solo stuff too. Is like, for the song, when we put the first song out, I busied my body and then realized that I couldn't get things done as fast as I could, and kind of got detached a little bit. But now I'm like, all right, well, let's just take the time to make it, take the time to finish it, take the time to. We took photos for one of the covers. Cool, we got one checklist. There's nothing to rush. The music will come. It'll all come when it come when you can get it done on your time. And I could do the same thing with the metal band. It, like, just take the time. Don't. I'm trying to teach. Honestly, I'm trying to teach myself to take it out of my brain more, because when I get in these modes, I only think the one thing. I think the thing. I think it,
Yeah.
think it, and then I overthink, and then my brain, I like overfill my brain. So lately, I've been like, you see that I use other things that I like YouTube and like entertainment and coming home and doing the Christmas stuff. Like, I'm able to completely detach. Like, any other time that I had music focus. I'm literally all day thinking about it, inspiration, whatever. On break, watching YouTube's about that topic. How do I promote this? How do I do this? How do I learn? Now I'm like, all right, just remember to get this done, and then just keep doing things you enjoy.
Yeah, because you're
Keep yourself grounded and not like,
you're a dreamer, but you also are like
I overdo it in my brain, where I'm like,
you get fixed on things.
oh yeah, dude, I get obsessed. I get obsessed.
Yeah, you do it about everything. Like
Everything.
you'll find a YouTube video person that you like.
And I'm
3 to 6 months. Just this person.
Just that. Who is it right now?
All day long. The guy with the curly hair.
Papa Meat, baby.
Yeah.
But what's good about YouTube is like, that's what I love about YouTube, is that it takes me away from the thing that I'm like obsessing. So it's like a different obsession that I don't have to be passionate about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, even though I do want to, yeah, whatever. We're not going to get into it. But yeah, I don't know how we got on this conversation and it led here, but at the end of the day,
you know what you could start obsessing over?
You already do.
Well, not that.
What? Getting the Christmas lights up?
No.
What? Tell me.
Back massages. Like, you
Oh
should
my God.
watch videos about that, different techniques.
I tech decked too much of my past. I got carpal tunnel.
No, we'll fix it. Look up videos how to fix carpal tunnel.
There ain't going back. But I think, how do we lead into this conversation? It was
we started talking about our wedding, so I don't really know.
Yeah, it started with our wedding, and no, but I mean, it's like the couple that we are compared to the couple that we thought we might have been.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that, I don't know. We'll never know, I guess.
No.
I don't know how we got onto this rant.
It's because I said, like, I think God, like, planned it this way.
Yeah, 100%.
More or less, because I think there are things that we would have a harder time not staying. People don't just break up because they're not in love. You know what I mean?
They break up because it gets hard.
It gets hard,
and
it's negative, and it's arguing all the time, and
we're locked in though, baby.
This money, and it's this and it's that, and it's just like then every day they're not feeling happy. So I never think that me and you would ever have not been together because we didn't love each other. But I think being young, dumb, and like not knowing how to communicate and not knowing how to like hear each other,
right? Yeah,
would have been like a huge thing, because like
at the end of the day,
both
even if we
experience things differently, but I think we both experienced not being heard and not being like
and I think
validated.
At the end of the day, I mean, obviously, like we said, like sometimes something gets brought up and right away I'm not super pumped on it, but I'm able to like process it quicker, like. And
no, that's what I was saying. Like, it's what any normal person would do. Like, if you bring up something to me, doesn't mean I'm not going to shut down for like a couple minutes and like try to like think how to process it. And it doesn't mean it's not going to hurt your feelings that I feel that way right away, because it's just natural to do so. But I think what's not natural to do so is not to get like either upset,
Yeah.
like to the point where it starts arguments.
Yeah.
Like I think that's a part of communication people miss out on. Like, oh, I tell them what I say all the time, and then like when that person gets upset of what they're hearing, and they go quiet for a few minutes, the person tends to get upset. Like me telling you that, and you got quiet.
Yeah.
I think people the person that like I was tend to get upset, and it starts turning into an argument.
Right.
Like, why are you quiet? Why aren't we like?
Instead of you know me and know that I'm gonna have to be quiet for a minute to process what is going on, and then come out on the light side of it and be like, oh, you're right. You know what I mean?
Right.
Okay. I'm fidgeting and losing my mind because I have to go to the bathroom super bad.
I was wondering why your legs are
I'm
moving
like,
so much.
I gotta go to the bathroom so bad. But yeah, the episode. Hey guys, happy Monday! Great episode. I love you very much. Happy
I
anniversary.
love you the most.
Our wedding was amazing, and it's anytime we get to talk about it, I'm just ecstatic to talk about
The most magical day.
We got into our honeymoon a little bit. That's also like one of my favorite topics. I love it. Music, I always bring it up because I'm a musician and I love music, and I'm gonna just keep being crazy. And maybe I don't need to be crazy, but I am going to attempt to juggle both these things that I originally talked about juggling.
Me
And I
here,
know that
I'm just gonna live on Earth.
I know.
And
Keep bringing me back to it.
I'm just gonna live here on Earth, and I'm gonna communicate a lot
and listen to these crazy songs when I.
Oh, I'll be happy
get
to
them
listen
done.
to them. Yeah,
And I got to get in there and write more solo stuff too. I have what I'm gonna do with the solo stuff is I want to finish out the 4 that we have now, and package so I have the 1 out. I'm gonna package the other 3 with that 1 as an EP. Have that out, and we'll shoot little content and stuff for it, post pictures for it, whatever. Get a little bit back on the social media about it once it's out. And then while I'm promoting that, I am able to take my brain and write some of the metal stuff at the beginning of the year, first few months of the year. And then when that EP is ready and they're starting to move on to instrumentals for the next stuff that they're writing, because he's already writing, that's when I can take time to get with Sean and start to write the songs that I'm working on now for solo. It's going to be a juggle.
Remember, there's a baby coming. That's what I want.
I know
you know there's a baby coming, but remember that there is no doing anything for like the first 3 months, I would say, at least, really.
Yeah, I know. I got you. Baby time.
It's just like it's hard.
Yeah, I don't expect to be recording or anything like that.
You said the first couple of months of the year.
You gotta
so
remember,
I was like,
writing is writing in my phone, and like
you can write.
I'm gonna start to process and start to figure it out.
You know, studio for 3 months. I'm just kidding.
Jesus, I bet I could fit it in. Definitely not the first like month. Probably a couple months.
I can say, yes, you got to think it's gonna be like where we didn't like the baby didn't go anywhere.
Yeah. Yep. I love you. I just got a piece of it.
That's okay.
Get it out. We got Psalms 34. We're gonna close it out with. It's really short and kind of sweet and kind of perfect what we were talking about at the end there. The Lord is close to the heartbroken and saves those who are crushed in spirit. The Lord came to us, brought us together, then saved us as we are a couple, and made us a perfect duo, perfect team. Brought our spirit right back together.
Perfect trio, because the Lord's up in here.
Yeah, the Lord and kids too. We're the perfect little group. We're like a boy band. But with that, we're like a boy band. I was about to say a joke.
Sorry.
We're like a boy band, but with that, I gotta say bye, baby, because I gotta go to the bathroom. Happy Monday, guys. If you're listening on the podcast apps, leave us a review, stars. If you're on YouTube, like, comment, and subscribe, do all that fun stuff. Let us know. Let that algae know. I changed the thumbnails and we got more views on the last episode. It's only like 20 or 30 views. Not crazy, but seeing a little bit of bump helped. And I post more content this week. I post like 3 or 4 TikToks. That could have helped. We're doing this on Saturday right now, so I have time to do that this week. So yeah.
Look forward to more.
Look forward to more TikToks. Follow us on TikTok. That's really all I care about, social media, other than YouTube. I want you to go to the YouTube. We love you guys. Have an amazing week. We're out. Bye. Bye, bye,
Bye.
bye.